Away from that to Taraba State, where chairman of the Council of Traditional Rulers, Ishaku says traditional institutions have been marginalized by local government council authorities. He believes the recent Supreme Court verdict on local government autonomy will restore the lost glory of traditional institutions in Nigeria. Senior reporter Owolabi Adenusi filed in this story.
The Abel Peter Dia-led Local Government Autonomy Advisory Committee in Taraba State has taken its sensitization exercise to the southern senatorial district of the state. Their first port of call is the palace of the Ishaku, where traditional rulers of the zone gather to lend their voices on how the autonomy will better the lives of the common man at the grassroots. Speaking on behalf of the members, the chairman of the Taraba State Council of Traditional Rulers, Ishaku Ali, says the local government autonomy is timely and has saved the traditional institution from embarrassment.
The issue is timely because the traditional council suffered a lot in the hand of the local government, the past local governments. We don't want such thing to happen again.
He commends Governor Abu Kefas for the establishment of the committee, promising that the traditional institution will contribute positively to governance in the state.
We're going to give you the best of what we know, that will guide you, and we will. And we pray that whatever we discuss will be implemented.
Earlier, the chairman of the advisory committee told the monarchs that the visit is focused on getting inputs on how the autonomy will work better for residents.
The autonomy granted to local government does not in any way diminish your significance of all traditional authority and the deep-rooted connection.
He acknowledges the roles of traditional rulers in curtailing all forms of insecurity.
The security of the lives and properties of our citizens largely lies within the spheres of our traditional rulers, which call for synergy with the various councils to checkmate the activities of the criminal-minded ones in the society.
Other royal fathers shared their thoughts on the visit of the Local Government Autonomy Advisory Committee.
It has been a very gracious opportunity given to the royal fathers of the state, and that was done because the governor himself has a passion on the existence and value of traditional rulers.
It is expected that the inputs of the traditional rulers will further strengthen the committee's recommendations to Governor Kefas before the full implementation of the local government autonomy in the state.
Let's talk politics now. Candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 governorship election in Imo State, Ethan Achonu, says he's concerned about the Supreme Court judgment that affirmed Governor Hope Uzodimma as winner of the election. Mr. Achonu says despite the concerns raised, he respects the sanctity of the judiciary.
Here are members of the Labour Party in Imo State who gathered at the country home of their 2023 governorship candidates in Umunomul community in Ehimembano local government area.
If you're going to give them something,
the occasion offers Senator Ethan Achonu the opportunity to speak on the outcome of the Supreme Court judgment on the state governorship election.
while I respect the judiciary as the final arbiter in our legal system, I must express my deep concerns regarding the circumstances surrounding this judgment. These concerns are not born out of bitterness, but out of a steadfast commitment to the principles of justice and fairness that our democracy should uphold.
For Mr. Chono, the Labour Party will offer viable opposition to the ruling APC in the state. He also used the occasion to appeal to those causing insecurity in the state to have a rethink and give peace a chance.
And I'm calling these our brothers who are hiding in the forests. Stop attacking your brothers. Stop killing people. I'm sorry that I was not able to remove this government that is making you people run and hide. Come out. There are so many things that can happen. Create means of livelihood for you people. Stop criminality. These are people who, after the prison break, came out of prison And government refused to rebuild the police stations to protect us and rearrest them.
A 5-member panel of the Apex Court, in a lead judgment delivered by Justice Mohammed Idris, dismissed the appeal filed by the People's Democratic Party and this governorship candidate in Imo election, Samuel Anyango, for lacking in merit. Justice Idris equally dismissed the appeal by the Labour Party and his candidate, Athan Achono, for being unmeritorious. He found that the appellants as petitioners at the election tribunal failed to prove their case as required. Prince Oba, TVC News, Ehimebano.
A bit of health. Nigeria is set to begin a planned cross-border synchronization campaign with Niger, Chad, and other neighboring countries against the circulating variant of polio. Co-chair of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Bill Gates, says the foundation will support Nigeria in this drive to fight against vaccine-preventable diseases. TVC News' Kemi Balogun reports.
Vaccine-preventable diseases like polio, measles, diarrhea and pneumonia have continued to affect the lives of thousands of children under the age of 5 in Nigeria and across the African continent. Nigeria, although polio-free, has continued to battle with keeping the disease at bay alongside other diseases through various vaccination campaigns, which has been largely driven by the support of traditional leaders. This quarterly review meeting of the Northern Traditional Leaders Committee on Primary Healthcare Delivery welcomes Bill Gates with an update of Nigeria's response effort on routine immunization.
Viruses from Nigeria to other countries. I think there's good information that there are many viruses that when we don't control them, we can export them, and we don't want to be in that position. And we are planning cross-border synchronization.
We have made significant progress in our collective efforts to reach chronically missed children, and we have intensified efforts to resolve pending cases of non-compliance while trying to improve population immunity.
So thank you very much, all members of NTL, for the work you have been doing in the last 15 years.
Now hopefully is sharing that.
In his response, Mr. Gates highlights the importance of routine immunizations in protecting children from diseases, while also cautioning Nigeria not to place too much emphasis on local manufacturing of vaccines at the expense of other much-needed health sector products.
You know, it's pretty amazing how the price of vaccines have been brought down. Eventually, of course, Nigeria should, aspire to make all things. But in the health sector, there's many other things that we should probably put higher on the list in terms of making sure availability and cost are improved by local entrepreneurs.
Cross-border transmission continues to be a huge challenge, but your domains would extend beyond man-made borders. As you know, the virus that started in Zamfara has now affected much of Western and Central Africa.
Mr. Gates is visiting Africa's most populous nation as part of the Foundation's ongoing commitment to Africa's development. Kemi Balogun, TVC News, Abuja.
Elsewhere, an international non-governmental organization, Rainforest Alliance, has held its second Key Players Workshop in Akure, Ondo State. The workshop, which was attended by key players in the cocoa industry, was themed Advancing Sustainable Cocoa Production in Nigeria, the Rainforest Alliance's strategy. Senior reporter Ayodeji Muradeo has more, and we will be back with business news.
This is the second stakeholder workshop organized by Rainforest Alliance, a non-governmental organization with a vision to curate a world where people and nature thrive in harmony. The workshop brought together industry stakeholders to discuss ways of advancing the sector with a special focus on the impact of its cocoa certification program.
And the certification is done by independent third party. We have Bureau.
Speaking at the event, the senior director for West and Central Africa at Rainforest Alliance said the organization is focusing on conserving forests and creating resilient agricultural systems. She expressed delight that 50% of cocoa harvests in Nigeria are complied with Rainforest Alliance certification standards.
Certification, as I said, is a process. It's a process towards the sustainability. Our certification, when you see, for example, a product with the Rainforest Alliance seal, first information is that it's a product that has been produced to protect nature and people. It is a product that has been where child labor has been reduced.
The Certification Partner Support Manager Nigeria at Rainforest Alliance, Karim Soni, highlighted the importance of the workshop.
Set up this stakeholder workshop to connect with all the stakeholders, including our certificate holders, the cocoa traders, and also all other stakeholders or actors in the sector, for us to properly introduce our 2030 strategy of the Rainforest Alliance to them, which is based on a speed and scale.
A group of panelists also discussed the way forward in the industry.
Farmers are involved, intermediators are involved, processors are involved, exporters are involved. It's not enough to say that I have an outgrower scheme now. That's gone. And that I have an advantage over the other client.
Consuming our cocoa beans, adding value addition and consuming locally, and at the same time adding value to it before exporting it. In such a way, we are adding value as well as creating jobs for our teeming youth.
Rainforest Alliance 2030 ambition is to work with 100 million farmers globally.